No, I said it seems like a lot of these youngsters is leading with desperation, and that's what's putting a lot of people.
Well, it's the same thing. Motivation. I was talking about Zig Ziglar. Somebody push you in the water, you gonna swim. Your ass off. You know what I'm saying? Because the waters is deep. You trying to get from one side to the other side. But if somebody offer you something, that might cause you, to take that same swim. You see what I'm saying? It depends on the motivation. It depends on what a person is being offered. Most guys who are inspired to pimp are the ones who see other guys pimping and winning. When that young dude come through who got that bleach blonde, with the blue eyes and pale skin that's getting money for real. And she's down there, she checking like the house is on fire. And dude come back in that Maserati or that Bentley and all that jewelry. That there alone will make a person say the prize is worth the chase. I'm going to take that risk, because I'm tired of being out here on this corner, man, getting these ounces and ain't getting nowhere, ain't doing nothing but getting titty shoes and clothes. So, and here this guy, he only been gone 6 months and he looking like he won a lottery or something. So, you got to look at different things. One thing I remember, in our neighborhood in Milwaukee, we had about 100 drug dealers. About 95 of them end up getting prison time. 5 of them survive. The 5 that survived were the ones who had all the weight, made a whole lot of money, and when the heat came, they got out. So they got out with about $1 million or $2 million. I can't say their names, but they all became millionaires. And they still, to this day, it's free. They bought daycares, they opened up bars, they took their money and they flipped it, they did something constructive with it. But they still had their ties to the underworld. But they just wasn't serving no more. Like, man, I ain't got nothing. Hey, man, you got a key, man. I get 2 keys. I don't have nothing. And they didn't know the guys who were just doing it because they was addicted to selling drugs, and they had a bunch of things going on. They had 5 houses over here, 4, 5 whips, a bunch of Jews. They taking care of this little crew, that crew, that crew, that crew. And they got caught up in the moment and living that lifestyle, and they actually became addictive, just like the fiend get addicted to the drug. They got addicted to selling drugs, but it was the 5 dudes that had enough sense to take that money, invest it, and do the right thing with it.
Yeah.
And they were able to still continue the lifestyle that they had previous to them quitting. And what happened was, it made a lot of the dudes who didn't know the game and didn't peep their game think that the game was still popping and that these dudes would still get money hustling. And those guys end up doing a lot of time. And when they come out, they say, well, man, what was your formula? Why you ain't never went to jail? He said, dude, I quit, man, as soon as I got my first 2 million. So we tend to follow other people. Sometimes, we be following people. We thinking people think that Pimpin Ken out here got a bunch of hoes. But just like those 5 guys, I was one of the guys that got out of the game. I walk around here in nice clothes. You see me with the custom suits on, the Gucci shoes and all this and Louis Vuitton shoes. And I'm OG, but I was one of the dudes that got out, man. It looked like I'm still pimping. It looked like I'm still on top of my game. But, man, I'm like those 5 dudes that got out the game, man. Hey, man, I'm just a good investor, man. I know how to live the lifestyle that I wanted to live in the beginning. I just figured out different ways to live it. So to all the young people, man, you can go to Italy all you want, like the dude in the comment, and pimp up a storm. I'm sure you'll be successful. Or you could just find other ways and means to survive out here and stay out here. That's what I got to say about that comment.
Yeah. I was gonna add, a lot of people they overlook if and they don't watch these movies, countless times. Like, say for instance, the Mac, and say for instance, Superfly. In Superfly Scatter, he owned the bar, and he changed his life over. A lot of people don't look at, well, the OG changed his life over. He used to be this person, but now he's doing this. But if you look at the movie, it's more like, oh, look at Ron O'Neal, he's riding this, he's doing this, but he's going through all this unnecessary bullshit trying to, escape that plight of being killed because of the life he's living.
That is a beautiful thing you just said. What baffled me, brother, is not that these guys are still out here hustling.
Yeah.
And still out here getting money. But what baffled me is that when people read Iceberg Slim, or they read my book, The 48 Laws of Game, or my book, The Art of Human Chess, they never get it. Iceberg Slim is telling you the negative side of pimping, how he shot drugs, how he kept going to jail, how his bitches kept leaving him. He tell you all these things that you miss. All they do is pick the meat. They swallow the meat and spit out the bones. They never get the message. You know, I tell people in the 40 Laws of Game, do not believe the hype. I talk about my partners who got AIDS. I talk about guys who didn't make it. I talk about guys who in the penitentiary. And this is why you don't believe the hype. Don't think pimping ain't all what it's made up to be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that this is really a lifestyle. It's a lonely lifestyle. You know, it's a hard game. And they never get that. They get all the stuff I sell on there. Horrible blow up, barbecue and mildew. Let your next move be your best move. Sock it to my pocket like a rocket. Drop it out the cock, put the pimps on. They get all the slick stuff. You know. What can a pimp do with this money that a hoe can't do? Put it on the wall and pull your penis out and piss on it. That's what a bitch can't do that a pimp can't do with the money. They get all of that. They come back and they quote all that to me. But neither one of them ever said to me, man, you know, that last chapter was really profound. Or in The Art of Human Chess, they get all the machinations, all the stratagems, all the deception and the manipulation that I talk about in the book. But neither one of them say, man, you know, that chapter on human ponds was a good chapter, man, how these folks is incarcerating us and putting us in jail. They never get that. You know, they never get that the Mac, at the end of the movie, end up getting on the bus and going to another state.
Broke.
You know what I'm saying? Broke is a joke. You know, I mean, Pimp Some Hoes Down, they never get about how Bishop talked about how his hoes got shot in the head. And, you know, how talked about, you know, how these women in the drug gang, you know, made a lot of pimps end up getting into the drug gang. And a lot of pimps end up in jail. And these hoes was out here lonely with no pimp. And how the game has changed. They don't get that. They only get what they want out of it.
But how?
And I urge all of these young people out here that's listening, go look at the movie and stop and pay attention. Reevaluate it.
Because like another part in the Mac, you know, with the blind man was putting the Mac onto everything that was going on, but he was blind, but he still can see all the things in the street, even though he lost his sight. He's been weathered the storm of the street, so he knows. So I mean,
yeah, Pretty Tony wanted to rob him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they don't get that. You know, he had to kill these cats, man. You know, here it is, you know, you trying to get out of life of gangsterism, but you end up being more gangster than you was when you was on the other side. So, you know, it's messages and it's lessons in every blessing. You know, you just got to get the lesson. You know, that's what I got from Iceberg Slim. That's why I wrote me a book. That's what I got for Down to Go. And you think I did all that time in the pen, but, you know, I was listening to what these brothers was saying. You know, but like most young people, you know, at the time, you know, and I admit it, pimping was sweet. You know, wasn't no laws running around with no tap phones, and they weren't trying to lock brothers up. They were letting brothers get out. Brothers was having players balls, and they was glorifying the game. I said, man, you know, this sweet. But when it wasn't sweet no more, I got out of it. You know, and thank God, you know, that I didn't catch a major case. You know, so, you know, it's simple, man. You know, I mean, it don't take a rocket scientist to get what I'm saying. You know, all you gotta do, man, is listen, pay attention, man, and your eyes gonna be open, man. God gave you eyes so you can see, ears so you can hear, a mouth so you can speak, and you got to, you know, use it accordingly and appropriately.
Hey, what's up out there, players and hustlers? I'm here to let you know that we are going to have a great time at Pimpin Ken's birthday in Milwaukee, okay? This is happening at Mr. J's on June 30th and the Regal Sky Lounge July 1st. Yes, Ice-T will be in the building with all the players and hustlers for my man's birthday. That's right, Kenny Ivy, a.k.a. Pimpin Ken. Church.
Too cool to come 24/7.